Our vision, a bold leap from climate goals to tangible action. But our ambitions face formidable challenge. Can we break through the barriers of old systems and resistance? Can we seize the momentum? How do we ensure funding gets to where it is most needed? Our focus must be on people, lives, and livelihoods. But how can we ensure every voice is heard? Today marks a critical juncture. We must confront these challenges, close the gaps to 2030, and catalyze real transformative change. Here, we seek to fast-track the energy transition, not just talk about it. Together, we strive to fix climate finance, ensuring impactful allocation of every dollar. Today, we put people and nature at the heart of our decisions. Here, we must unite. Act, deliver. Welcome to the World Climate Action Summit at COP28 UAE.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I say that because many people are tuning in from all over the world to this remarkable moment at the beginning of 2023 World Climate Action Summit, United Arab Emirates. Your Highnesses, Excellencies, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Nabarro and I have the honor to be the moderator of today's session, which is making sure that agriculture and food systems are fit for people and the planet, with a particular focus on generations to come. The issue of agriculture and food is coming into the center of action on climate and nature. And it's a powerful convergence that is happening everywhere, and it's widespread. Concerted efforts by many in recent years, with an intense process in the last 12 months, led by the United Arab Emirates and building on COP27 joint programme on implementation of climate action and agriculture and food security that was led by Egypt last year. Right at the centre of this work are farmers. Farmers are the custodians of the land and the water. They're sentinels for change in weather and nature. And we're going to start by hearing from a farmer representative. We're fortunate to be joined by a farmer from Uganda who is also the president of the East African Farmers Organizations, to learn why it matters so much to her and her members that we put food systems and agriculture at the front of this COP. So please welcome Elizabeth Simadala onto the stage, the president of the East African Farmers Federation. Elizabeth.
Distinguished Excellencies, I stand on the existing protocols. Growing up as a smallholder farmer in Bushenyi district in southwestern Uganda, I never dreamt of a time and a moment like this, where I would be the first on stage to speak to the world on the actions that we can do together to address the climate crisis and sustainable food systems transformation. Thank you to the UAE COP28 presidency for making Dubai a food moment in the history of COP. Thank you once again for firing the first bullet to give a special recognition of smallholder farmers who are producing over 80% of the global food value that we eat, amidst the challenges of climate change, because we face the biggest brunt. But we've continued to invest in solutions that are transforming our global food systems. And you know how much climate financing we are able to access? 0.3%. It's a shame. Let me start by recognizing everybody's contribution who has made it possible for agriculture to be on the discussion table of climate change, starting from the Paris Agreement, the Coronovia Joint Work on Agriculture Different Sessions, the Sharm el-Sheikh Outcome on Action on Agriculture and Food Systems, the United Nations Food Systems Summit, the Africa Climate Summit recommendations, and the Emirates Declaration on Sustainable Agriculture, Resilient Food Systems, and Climate Action, where we have been part of the reference group and we've contributed to the discussions. I'm not here to talk to you about the devastating impacts of climate change and how they are intertwined to the geopolitical realignment, to the wars, to the conflicts, to the debt burden, and to the current status of our inflation, which most African countries are grappling with. You understand this better. The situation is getting dire. I'm here to speak to you about 3 things that we need to do. Number 1, I'm here to speak to you to make sure that agriculture remains on track. The negotiations on agriculture should remain on track. We need to make sure that adaptation remains prominent in the outcome of COP28. We need to make sure that agriculture targets are included in the global goal for adaptation. Number 2, I'm here to speak to you to make sure that there is a fund that is created for smallholder farmers to address the farmers' plight. 100 billion is projected as an import bill in the next 2 years for Africa if no remedy is taken. And who can reverse this? It's the smallholder farmers, by supporting us to scale our interventions, our skills, our capacities, our innovations, and our interventions. And finally, commitments have to be kept. I'm happy that we are receiving new announcements and commitments, but can we keep the old and the current commitments? Ladies and gentlemen, we've had enough of talking. We need to move to action. Let's build public-private producer partnerships. Let's invite farmers as equal partners on the table. And not just on the table, but on the dinner table where the cake is being served. We're not looking for handouts. We need a leg up. I thank you.
So that is the most remarkable testimonial from Elizabeth Simandala. Let us take account of everything that she has invited us to do and now consider the work of